I passed mile marker 217 3 times in the last 20 minutes. Same dent, same lean, same patch of grass beneath it. I shook my head. It must be exhaustion. When was the last time I slept?
Most men who lose themselves never notice the moment it happens. It isn't in a casino or a boardroom. It's one more shift, one more paycheck, one more mile down the road. Tonight, a man is about to discover that some journeys continue long after the destination has been reached.
My name is Michael Harper, Mike for short. I've been hauling freight for nearly 5 years. That means long nights, bad coffee, too many hours staring at asphalt. The road plays tricks on you sometimes. But something strange happened this night. My phone rang. The caller ID showed my name, my number, me. I almost didn't answer. Almost. Hello? For a moment, there was only static. Then engine noise, road noise, the hum of tires on pavement, the exact sounds surrounding me. Then a voice spoke. My voice. Calm. Steady.
Keep driving.
The line went dead. I stared at the phone, then back at the road. A few minutes later, I passed mile marker 217 again. The same one. I know it was the same one because of the dent. A fist-sized crease halfway up the post. You don't forget details like that when you're actively looking for them. My hands tightened on the wheel. Something wasn't right. I checked the GPS. The route hadn't changed. The interstate stretched straight into darkness. No exits, no turns, no loops, just road. The phone rang. My number again. I answered immediately. Who is this? A long silence.
When was the last time you slept?
What? I thought about it. Yesterday. No, maybe the day before. I wasn't sure. The answer bothered me. The caller hung up. A few minutes later, I passed mile marker 217 again. I looked at the fuel gauge. It hadn't moved. Then I looked at the clock. It hadn't changed either. For the first time, I felt real fear. The phone rang. My number again. I answered. What do you want?
You should have stayed.
Stayed. Stayed where?
At home.
The words hit harder than they should have. Home. I pictured Sarah, 26 years old, bright smile, too beautiful for a man like me. Every time I left, she begged me to take a few days off. Every time I promised I would, but it was always one more run, one more bonus. The phone crackled.
She didn't want the money.
I looked away from the windshield for half a second, long enough to feel tears forming.
All she wanted was you.
The call ended. I drove in silence. That's when I noticed the flashing lights ahead. Red, blue, a beacon in the darkness. The closer I got, the clearer the lights became. A wreck. It had to be. A bad one from the looks of it. Traffic cons, emergency vehicles, twisted metal. My stomach dropped. I recognized the truck. My truck. My trailer. My company's logo. My license plate. I tried to slam on the brakes. Nothing happened. The road kept moving beneath me. The truck kept rolling. The phone rang.
You finally starting to remember.
What happened?
You took the pills.
The memory hit me all at once. The little bottle, the truck stop, the other driver laughing. He said I could run for 3 days without sleep. He said everybody used them. I remembered buying them, I remembered taking them. I remembered feeling invincible. I wanted to apologize, to tell her how sorry I was, but my truck sped up and carried me forward. I could see the wreck in my rearview mirror. I'm so sorry.
It's too late for that. One more mile. One more paycheck. Remember?
I looked in the mirror. The wreck was gone. The woman was gone. The lights were gone. Only darkness remained. What about me?
You never left.
The call disconnected. Ahead, a familiar shape appeared in my headlights. A bent metal sign, leaning slightly to one side. Mile marker 217. The same dent, the same lean. Then the flashing lights.